Hello, my dear. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. How are you today? Nice to see you again. Well, I look all crooked, don't I? I should look in the mirror before I turn the camera on. So you know how this works. I just like to always remind people they never waste a message. There is always a reason for whatever they say or show. So if it doesn't make any sense now, keep it in mind because you'll either see it later, remember it later, or somebody else will go, "Oh, I know what he's talking about," to validate it for you. As I got ready to push the button, the clock said 1:11. So if you know anything about angel numbers, go Google angel number 111. Whenever you see repeating numbers, and it doesn't have to be like three of the same numbers, it could be 1, 2, 3, 4, and you see it all over the place, all over the place, all over the place. Google angel number, whatever it is that keeps repeating, and there's a message in there for you. So we're going to talk to Uncle Tony. Okay, hang on just a second. So lately they've been asking me, these are my release cards, something you need to let go of. I look like I'm flying here. Sorry, I'm too concerned with my own looks. That's terrible. Shame on me. Anyway, and I shuffle them until whoever tells me to stop. They pick a card for you, not me. So you got surrender to silence. In quiet meditation or contemplation, let go and enter the stillness within. Silence can heal and replenish you. Why do I always try to hold that crooked? Somewhere that's going to fit in on this reading. I just have a strong feeling. So I have asked, when I first started doing this, they would show me how people died. I would feel it. I would smell it. I would be like there. And I would cry after every reading. So I ask them, unless it's absolutely necessary, please, can we stop doing that? Because it was too traumatic for me. And so he's telling me, it's just like he laid down and went to sleep. He said, I can't describe how, oh, he's reminding me, he said, I just lay down and just went to sleep. He's reminding me a couple years when I was camping by myself, and I took a nice leisurely stroll, went down by the lake and was taking a video, and just all of a sudden, something overwhelmed me for no reason, and I crumpled to the ground, and I lay there, totally aware, but I felt like if I just closed my eyes and gave in, that would be my last breath. But it was so peaceful, and I was so, even though I crumpled to the ground, at least I didn't crash and burn, but it was just so easy to say yes. But I knew I wasn't supposed to, so I'm not sure exactly what that experience was for. And I went to the doctor and we did all kinds of tests and stuff, never could figure out any reason for it, except my woo-woo lady. So it just so peaceful, and I just was laying there curled up, and even though I'm laying in the grass and I'm going, I don't think anybody'd find me for like a couple hours if I did go on, because there wasn't anybody else around. Anyway, um, he wants me to explain that to you. It is just that easy. He just decided. He did decide, but how do I explain this? He he could have stayed probably a little longer, but he gave in to it. If that makes sense. Oh, I hope I'm explaining this right. It's pretty important. He he just said okay and just basically went to sleep. He says at least that's what it felt like to him. And he's okay with that. Actually, right this second, he's jumping up and clicking his heels and jumping up and clicking his heels to the side, showing how vibrant and happy he is. Sometimes you may not have noticed yet. Sometimes he'll come up and he's going to do it to you and your mom, ruffle your hair. So it could, if a bug lands on this, fly lands on this, I can feel it. It may feel that slight, or you may actually feel it feeling. He said they didn't like their hair messed up. Maybe he used to do that to you guys. Good grief, I'm having a hair day. Stop it, Rhonda. He wants you to know how happy he is. It's finally done and over with, this struggle of life. Not that I didn't love you guys, don't love you guys. He said didn't. Love you guys. Not that I wasn't happy being here with everybody, but life is hard. And where I'm at is not hard. And I'm okay with it. I accepted it. He's showing that he actually reached out his hand to an angel that took his hand. He reached out to the angel. The angel didn't come after him. He reached out to the angel. And I know I yell and scream at God all the time. Why you make it so rough on us? Why do you take people away? Why do you take the good people away? Why do you take the people away that we need, that we rely on? And one of my guides said, just now said, sometimes we rely on others too much when the things that we're relying on them, say that again, relying on them to do for us, we need to learn to stand up and do it for ourselves and learn to be stronger and stand on our own 2 feet a little stronger. And I just recently had this happen to me too. So the song. Try to get up every morning and sing that song in my head. No asshole gonna make me feel like hell today. Anything that happens during a reading is not a coincidence. So, and that's actually a song. Get on YouTube or something and check that guy out. It's my ringtone. It's a don't let anybody make you feel like hell. Don't allow them to make you feel like hell. So that's my new motto. Good grief, things are going to start beeping every time I do a reading. These are all like validations, and they'll just keep going and going and going. And then the rest of the day, my phone will be pretty quiet. Well, I didn't want to say it, but one of my other mottos is, he's telling me I need to say it, nobody gets out alive. We're all going to leave. And I bitch at him about that too, but I don't, but before we come here, he's shoving me on my shoulder. He's pushing me on my shoulder like, keep going. We plan on our exit point. We plan on when we're leaving here. It could be when you're 1 day old. It could be when you're 100 years old. That timeline can shift a little bit depending on how it's going to affect the people around you. If you need to stay a little longer to give somebody else a lesson or teach them something or whatever, it seems like it can wiggle a little bit. I had one lady tell me, she goes, "Why talk to God?" And he told me the exact day and time I'm dying. And I go, no, he doesn't do that. It does not ever work that way. Anyway, he's up there doing the happy dance again. Now he's twirling around like a ballerina. He's being silly. He's got his little finger up, like somebody's holding his finger, and he's just spinning around a little circle, big smile on his face. He's getting down real close to your mom's face. He says, you're going to feel me. You're going to hear me. You're going to see me. So if she's afraid of this stuff, she will know when it's him. Did I say that right? And as far as seeing him, she may not see him like a person standing there, but most people can see them in their peripheral vision, like on the side. And I include this up here too, because like when I'm at my desk and I'm typing and I see something walk by and I turn my head and poof, it's gone. There's nobody there. And I go, yeah, my imagination. That's what we think. But if you see that out of the corner of your eye, you see somebody walking down the hall, and you turn your head and there's nothing there. You just think it's your imagination. That will be him. He said, I don't know if you had a funeral or whatever you had for him, or if you've even had it yet. He saw you guys staring at him. And even if he was cremated, staring at the urn, staring at the pictures, same thing. Just staring. Just standing there staring. All these thoughts going through your head. I shoulda, woulda, coulda. I wish I would have. Why didn't I? I'm sorry. He heard all those things from you. Maybe not you, maybe your mom, maybe all of you. Double validation. Mm, okay, got it. He said, hail, hail, the gang's all here. He said they were all waiting for him. He left. Quit validating, or I'm going to turn you off. He left with the angel, but the rest of them were waiting for him. The rest of your departed loved ones, he's showing, so his parents. He felt like a little kid. He's showing himself as a little kid, jumping for joy. Mom, Dad, Mom, Dad. He was very excited. And this is the way I usually see it. Even if there was people that we didn't get along with here, it's no longer makes any difference when we get there. Sarah, he says you're very special. You're a very special lady. And I'm calling you a lady. You're not a little girl anymore. You're gorgeous, inside and out. You need to believe that for yourself and know what a bright light you shine. He said, you exude beauty from the inside out, word to other people. Your light attracts people. So your light attracts people. He's saying like mine does. You know, I attract people that are just so down on their luck, and those. I don't want to say those kind of people. It sounds like I'm putting them down. The ones that need help. They are so attracted to me. And people go, why are you hanging out with those people? Because they need me. Because they saw my light. and you have that same light, not that you're going to be a medium or anything like that, the same light that you can help people in other ways. Just maybe just by smiling at them or patting them on the back and saying, "I hope you're having a wonderful day." You have that quality in you, and he always loved that about you. He says, and I still do. You're very special, more special than you know. And he's pointing at this card again, and he says, you need to surrender the silence and just sit back and quit letting all the things in life that drive us crazy. Like I've had a really crazy day today, but just hold the thing. And sit on the couch. And I'm not going to say meditate. I can't meditate. My squirrel brain won't shut down long enough. But if you can just sit down when you think, oh, I should be up doing the dishes, just let that thought go. I should go do the laundry. Let that thought go. This morning I had such a list of things and I said, I got to get to work. I have to let those thoughts go and worry about what's more important. Because doing the dishes is not the most important thing in the world. Who wants to do them? Not me. So he's showing me he met your little sister, met his parents, met your dad, met all those people, grandparents, whoever, and they're kind of like in color in the front row, but there's so many more ancestors, friends, and they're all kind of gray because they're not important as far as this reading. They were important to him. But when the angel took him there, he saw this whole like a field full of people waiting for him. I'm not sure what he's doing. Usually I was asking, okay, so what kind of signs are you going to give Sarah? And he comes down, is there some kind of hair product or perfume? Usually it's them and you smell their stuff. He's smelling yours. Don't get creepy. He's not like our president who goes around sniffing people. That's not what he's doing. Something, did he give you some perfume at some point? Or there was some perfume that he really liked of yours that he's trying to validate? I don't know. He's not being creepy. But it's kind of backwards for me. That's not the way they usually do it. Have you lit a candle for him? Let's do another validation. Have you lit a candle for him? Or thought about lighting a candle for him? Or he's telling you he would like you to light a candle for him? He says, I can still hold your hand. And I don't know if you've heard me, I've said it hundreds of times. Hold your hand out loosely. Just hold your hand out loosely and ask him to hold your hand. And you should feel some warmth, or maybe it feels like a ball sitting in the middle of your hand, or you just feel something in the palm of your hand, and that will be him holding your hand. Now, when I go walking down by the river, I ask Bob to hold my hand, and we've gotten to where it actually feels like him holding my hand. For, for some reason, he wants me to explain my experience in the funeral home last night. And I've been in a funeral home for quite a while. Um, I'll just say, saw the guy open one eye at me to acknowledge that he saw me. And a whole bunch of other ones were trying to talk to me. One was trying to get me to turn around and talk to him. and others were jumping in and talking to me. Little kids were playing, grabbing my legs, just all these things as I went in there. But he said, of course, he wants me to explain this concept to you. People think because that happened that these people are stuck there. They're not. They came because I was there and it was their last point of being here and they wanted me to see them. It's not, we're not stuck here. We're not stuck here. How are you going to tie them? You can't tie them and hold them down here. They're pure energy. They can anywhere they want to. Here, there, everywhere. So I'm not sure. I don't, maybe you have a question about that. He can be. He says I can be at your house. I can be at mom's house. I can be. He meant your mom. He can be anywhere he wants to, and just because those things happen and those people were there last night that I connected with, it doesn't mean they're there all the time. If that makes sense. I'm not sure why he wanted me to explain that to you. He's singing a song. Okay, he's singing "Carry On My Wayward Son." Good grief, talk, Rhonda. "Carry on my wayward son to Kansas." Maybe he liked Kansas. Maybe you like that song. Maybe you're going to hear that song. So go Google that. There's a message in that song for you. We like to connect with music. Sometimes they get more messages out with a song than I get out. He says you're doing what you're supposed to in life. It may not feel like it to you, but you are. I just have to start turning my phone off and see how they're going to validate things without my phone. They're getting carried away. He says, just think with your heart, but don't let people stomp on your heart. Think with your heart, but don't let people take advantage of you. Think with your heart, because this world is supposed to be all about love, and it isn't. Be the shining light that others need to see. Set the example. Be thoughtful, kind, and considerate. Not like the other assholes out there in the world, because there are some idiots. That's a validation. Make people crazy. You're making me giggle. Just know you're being divinely guided. When you say that again, when you follow your heart and it feels good, know that is divine guidance. Because if you're doing something and it doesn't feel good, you'll know that's not the right way to go. And he goes, you can call on me anytime you want. Call on me. You've probably heard me say, you don't have to say it out loud. We have telepathic ears. You can think it, talk to him that way if you need to. If you're in the middle of a crowd and you want to talk to him, don't talk out loud. Ask him to show up. I keep asking him, trying to get him to do something different. Maybe he hasn't decided yet because it's so recent. What I do is kind of like the movie Ghost. I compare it the most to. I've never seen demons in the end come drag somebody off. I don't believe in that. But the rest of it, and where Patrick Swayze is trying in the subway thing with that one spirit, and he's trying to flick the bottle cap and kick a can, and he had to learn how to do it. I believe it's that way that we don't maybe honestly know as soon as we get there how to come back and do signs and things like that. I think sometimes it takes a little bit. And I asked my woo-woo lady, I said, well, we've been here before, if you believe in past lives, so why don't we know how to do it as soon as we go back? She goes, it just doesn't work that way. It just doesn't. They don't listen to me. So know that he's happy. Know that he's good. Know that he's good with the way he left. And know that he will always be there with you. For some reason, he's got me staring at my ALEX. Say, there's a snowman. There's a snowman on it with looks like mountains and a really cool, almost like the aurora lights on top of the mountains. Don't think less of yourself, and don't let anybody make you think less of yourself. Tell my old sis to suck it up. I just have to repeat what he says. Tell my sis to suck it up. I'm okay. And we'll be waiting for her when it's her time, but not yet. You got a lot of more get up in your get along, old gal, talking to your mom. Then he's showing the two of you and your mom side by side. Cherish each other while you can. You never know when the last is going to be, so cherish each other while you can. Because life on earth is short. I don't know why he's singing Here Comes Peter Cottontail. It's not Easter yet. I don't know. Unless, is there some important holiday around Easter? Important holiday, of course, Easter is an important holiday. Like somebody's birthday or somebody's wedding or somebody's anniversary or something. He's still singing Peter Cottontail, hopping down the bunny trail. Hippity hoppity, Easter's on its way. Okay, he's showing you that he's got his hands on my shoulders. He's leaning over here. He's pushing down on my shoulders and he's leaning kind of down about here. You should be able to feel that and see that when they get that close, my head starts itching like I have head lice. Their energy makes me itch. So you may feel that. And if you don't feel it now, you should in the near future. And you'll know that's him. Whenever that happens, validate him, acknowledge him, tell him you love him, and ask him to bring you more because he says he loves you very much. And he's glad he got to be part of your clan, CLAN. And he knows that you loved him. And I promise you 1,000% he can hear you, he can see you, talk to him all you want to. He says you don't have to be a great, here come the dogs. You don't have to be a millionaire to be rich. And he felt like he was very rich with the family that he had. He's grabbing his hair. Sometimes you drove me crazy and I wanted to pull my hair out. Listen, guys, stop it. Talking to the validations. Enough. Okay. That he's leaving. Much love to you, my dear. He says, don't forget to give each other hugs while you're still here. And do it now. Much love to you, Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. Mwah.